graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
You know, I've been from one side of this fandom to the other. In all that time, I have seen a lot of things. Above all that, there is one thing I am absolutely certain of.
Psychodorf! Nah, I see you, brother.
I am the villain of this story.
I never thought I would get to use that opening again, but we are going to talk DC movies and we are going to talk Justice League for a little bit today. Thank you so very much, everyone, for being here. Good morning. It's Monday, and we're here with the Speaker for the Dead. Eris of Chaos is out on assignment trying to get info on Batman. She will be back next week, but this week, for today, we have got the one, the only Brian, Speaker for the Dead. How are you doing, brother?
I am doing good. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Hell yes. Oh, yes, I felt so bad because you were supposed to be on the Snyder Cut review. And guys, I've been going 90-0. I got 2 hours of sleep last night. I think I got 2 hours of sleep the night before. I just haven't been sleeping. And Friday comes around. And after the show, I'm like, man, that was good. Everything rolled, everything good. You know, Wolfman Jack, ow. And then I look at my Twitter and I'm like, shit. Brian's like, I guess my invitation got lost in the mail, huh, dude? And I'm like, fuck. No. Everything went so well. No. Oh,
I thought it was funny. I was laughing. That's why I said, I'm like, I'm going to tweak him just a little bit.
God.
So no, it was a good show. I enjoyed it. So,
man, but I felt so bad, guys. I was like, no, Brian, you got to come on Monday. And we'll talk DC movies. You know what? You know what I heard the other day? I heard that at one point in time, there was a script for what it was. It was the 89 Batman and Christopher Reeve Superman. That there was at one time a script in Warner Brothers' hands that could have been Christopher Reeve meets the 89 Superman or the 89 Batman. And I was just like, no effing way.
Michael Keaton and Christopher Reeves together?
Michael Keaton, his Batman, and Christopher Reeve together on the same screen. No damn way. And I'm like, no, it couldn't have been. He wasn't still doing stuff. No. He did Village of the Damned. Christopher Reeve did Village of the Damned.
When I can't remember when he had his accident, that paralyzed him.
It was after that. It was after this.
I'll be danged.
And the suits, no, it'll never work. Nobody will want to see that. And I'm like, God.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the year that, 89 when that came out, like the lines for that movie blew everything else away that year. So, I mean, and the Superman, the Donner films were always super popular. So, I mean, that's just some pencil pusher at Warner Brothers going, I can't see that working. and everybody else in the world is like, that's because you're retarded.
Could you imagine Batman Returns ending with like a cameo some way, like Bruce goes into Wayne Enterprises, Michael Keaton goes into Wayne Enterprises, and suddenly there is Christopher Reeve. Hi,
Clark
I'm
Kent.
Clark Kent. I'm here to
Yeah.
do a story on you, and you're just like, oh shit, no way.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. I mean, just take my money. I mean, that's all you can say at that point. Is just like, how many times do I get to see this in the theater? You know, yeah, all theaters. Does everybody remember theaters? That was nice.
It was an interesting concept. Interesting concept that just never fully panned out.
Nah. Just you know what's funny is I think because of the beer bug and stuff like that, I hope that they get the idea or revive the idea of the miniseries, because with streaming, I mean, that's basically what Justice League was like a 4-hour miniseries that they did.
Yeah, it was supposed to be 6 episodes. That's why there are 6 parts.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be broken down into 6 episodes, just like the new Captain America, with Bucky and Falcon and Winter Soldier. WandaVision was 9, even though that cut up in the middle of it.
Mhm.
There's so many opportunities for them. Hell, The Mandalorian is basically a miniseries. You can break that down into a 2-part miniseries, each season into a 2-part miniseries.
Yeah. No, I hope that because those were big when I was growing up. Those were big in the 80s and stuff.
I mean, me too, man. Me too. I was right there. B, remember B? That shit was like, damn.
Yeah, V. I remember like what was it? Shogun was like huge when I was a kid.
They turned Dune. They took Dune, the movie Dune, and they did all that extra stuff. They did all that whole, it was like the Snyder cut of Dune. And then they cut that up into a 2-part miniseries and threw that on Sci-Fi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just like, why did that go away? And it just, I mean, the commercials made it miserable, but now with streaming, I mean, it's a whole new day. So I hope they do more of that, and they start giving us, because you know what? I'll sit for 4 hours and watch a movie, if it's worth it. I mean, if it's not, I mean, I'm going to get up and walk out, but if I'm at my house, that's way easier to do than if I went to a theater and paid, $60 for popcorn and my kids and, to go see a movie. So I don't know. I wish they would do that. I wish they would bring that back and start doing more of that and give us full stories instead of, the McBreakfast movies that we've been getting. So
yeah, and they're cut up that way because that's the way the studio wants it.
Yep. Nobody's going to sit for 4 hours. It's like, you'd be surprised.
Anybody remember what happened to Alien 3?
Yeah.
Anyone remember what happened to Alien 3? Have you seen the 3-hour version of Alien 3? I like it a lot better than I like the regular one with the dog. This one has an ox. It comes out of an ox, people. Doesn't come out of a Rottweiler. It's a much better movie.
Yeah. I see. I've never seen that. I didn't even know there was a 3-hour cut of that one.
Yes. They completely, all studio interference, man. Watch there. If you get a chance, get the extended cut of 3 on Blu-ray and watch the documentary, because the guy who made that movie, I think it was Fincher, he had done music videos before that. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I had this assistant and she's running the movie behind his back. She's running the movie with corporate, telling people what they can and can't do, going directly to Sigourney Weaver, telling her what to do and what the suits want behind his back. I shit you not. The suits were running that movie behind his back because he's a fresh new director and they could get away with it.
Oh man. See, that movie, I saw that in the theater and I was just, I walked out of that going, why did I just go see that?
MB Geek, let's talk with a $5 super chat. Who would have thought now we would go back to physical media? Picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the real Ghostbusters and Thundercats. You are not editing our culture, dude. I'm so glad you got that Thundercat. I just got, because I've got the originals on DVD. I just got the first remake, the anime style one that I really liked that my kids watched. I just got that on DVD not too long ago. I've been having a great time getting to watch those. And the fact that the voice actor who played Lion-O plays Lion-O's father in the first couple of episodes, you can't beat that. They cared. They actually
I
gave a
agree,
shit.
Andy. That's no kidding. That's true. I'm doing the same thing.
And Psychodorf 9 with the $5 super chat. Wish I could combine the cinematography of the original Dune and the story of Sci-Fi Dune. Sci-Fi Dune. Sci-Fi Dune. Sci-Fi. The Sci-Fi channel.
The
Welcome
Sci-Fi
to
channel.
the Sci-Fi channel. Because it can't be sci-fi. You know,
No.
I remember Scorpius back in the day. Welcome to the Sci-Fi channel. You can't say that anymore. You can't do that. You know, Claudia Black as Aaron Sung firing her pulse blaster on the ground. Now, welcome to the Sci-Fi channel. And now they can't do that shit anymore. You can't use any of that. It's CP now. It's CP. Thank you guys so very much for your super chats. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. This one's for you guys and for Brian. Skol!
Long live the fighters!
Okay. I love that. I love that. That was every time you play that in the mornings, I just get pumped. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Kick ass. About to take some names and I was thinking about doing one because someone said I needed a Patrick Stewart from Dune one. And I was like, you know, what could I have? And I could have it at the, like, you know, where it's like, you know, skull and the horns and everything, and then it stops and you see him playing that guitar thing, right? And then it's like, you know, and he's like, atomics.
I think you ought to do it where he says, "Long live Duke Leto," and he and the army charges in behind, you know, to try and stop the invasion.
Yeah, just do like a what the hell cut where it's like, huh? Why were you playing guitar? Oh wait, you know, Duke Leto. Shit.
I love that movie.
Yeah,
that is one of my all-time favorites.
Colin P. Smith, atomics. Blow the shit out of that wall. Nuclear weapons. That's something they never explained that I hope they explain in the new movie. Every house had a collection of nuclear weapons, and they were hidden so nobody else could find them, and they were only to be used in like the last resort. It had to be like dire circumstances for you to use them. So
well, and you know, in the books it talks about that, like the laser guns that they use, if those hit a personal shield, it sets off an explosion similar to a nuclear weapon. Like, and that's why, like, they banned certain weapons and they did certain. I mean, the books are, it's amazing how close the story follows from the original movie to the books, except for the weirding way the module things on their neck. But I mean, the story is very similar. So they explain a lot more about stuff.
I should use the one where him and Paul are fighting with the shields.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could do that.
Not sorry enough.
I'm sorry, Gunny. Not sorry enough.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Slow blade penetrates the shield. Yeah, we can do that all day. We have to do a Dune. We have to do a Dune watch party.
Yes.
And of course, speaker will be invited. But we're not here to talk about Dune. Probably boring the shit up.
Sorry.
Squirrel. Squirrel. We're here talking DC movies. Have they ever had their shit together since Batman? The 89, everything else seems to be like, what the hell did y'all do? They rebooted Batman like 9 times.
Yeah. I mean, it's, how do I say this? The only thing DC has had together is their animation. like the animated Batman series, the animated Superman series, the animated Justice League. It's the one area where they kick the crap out of Marvel, and that's it. Like every other their animation department, I mean, I can sit down and watch those over and over and over and over again.
Oh yeah, I've got the Blu-rays. I got that special limited edition Blu-ray of the Batman animated series. I have not been able to find the Batman Beyond on Blu-ray. I've got it on DVD, but I'm just like, yeah, the animated series, the series, the movies, because a lot of people don't know, after Justice League ended, they made movies with those characters, and the voice actors.
Yeah,
so
I mean, and the voice actors.
Enemy,
oh, sorry, I walked on you.
I was just saying, when you pick up Public Enemy or one of those movies, those are the voice actors from the animated series. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, the voice acting in those is better than most of the actual acting in most of the films and stuff. I mean, you get Mark Hamill's Joker. He's one of the best Jokers. Him and Nicholson are my two favorites. And the others are real close. I mean, there's been some really good Jokers, but the problem is they always seem in the movies to go too psychotic with Joker, and they forget that he's supposed to be funny while he's being psychotic. And I'm like, you guys are missing the joke part of Joker. I'm like, why? I don't know. So I struggle.
I agree. Ledger's was shocking. It was like
it was great
thing. It's like, when he does the pencil thing, you're like, holy shit. I'm going to make this pencil disappear. Ta-da! It's magic.
Gone.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's not funny, but I mean, it's so, it kind of is. And yet at the same time, it's just like, yeah, you're just sitting there with your mouth hanging open going, holy cow.
Yeah. When
I mean,
a nurse scene. The nurse scene. I mean, when he's like skipping as the hospital's blowing up, and he's just like, it doesn't work. What the hell? Boom! Oh shit! You're just like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I like when he walks in and talks to Harvey, and he's like, hi. He's just kind of, he's just kind of awkward teenager kind of act. I mean, his performance was great, but I just kept waiting for those Mark Hamill laugh out loud moments for, and it never, it was just, I don't know, perfect psychotic, not as funny as I wish he would have been.
But it's funny. You got me thinking about a couple of days ago. I had a fellow YouTuber come to me, and he was like, "Man, these people, they're talking shit about me, man. And I don't like it. And Loki, what do I do about it?" I'm like, don't worry about them. They're schemers. They're just schemers, and you don't want to be a schemer.
Plans, and he's got plans. I don't have plans. Yeah. It's amazing how much of my inner monologue is just movie quotes. Like, people are talking to me, and I'm just hearing movie quotes in my head, thinking, and it's kind of sad, but that's the way my brain works. So.
I agree. Mark brings up a good point. Peter Weller, great replacement for Kevin Conroy in Dark Knight Returns. He was perfect for older Batman with the sarcasm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, yes. And how he's like, do this or you're fired. Don't be seen or you're fired. Oh, dude, with Carrie Robin, I was like, holy shit, man. If you get seen, you're fired. Oh, damn. I loved it.
Yeah. I don't know why the live action film, I mean, and Batman 89 was probably like the high point for me. I mean, The Dark Knight Rises, and though that trilogy, they were good and I liked them, but at the same time, I was kind of like, I was still just not feeling like they almost made it too real. There wasn't enough comic kind of book to it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
They were great. I mean, super good movies, but like you say, they just turned right around and rebooted them and use somebody else. I'm just like, hey, can you guys just, I don't know, pick somebody and maybe put them under contract for 10 years? And
Well, you didn't know? Do you know the Batman Superman thing was supposed to happen with Christopher Nolan's Batman with Christian Bale?
Oh, I didn't know that. I figured they only got him for 3 and that was it.
No, well, this was before. The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger. That movie was supposed to end with Superman coming to Gotham, and he was going to be at the end of it. So you were going to have a Batman versus Superman in 3. That never happened.
And see, I hated Batman versus Superman. That movie. I mean, I hated his take on Batman. I just lost his name. And he's been there. Zack Snyder. I did not like the using guns. And I don't know. I just didn't. I think
Affleck plays a great Batman.
Yeah, he did. Like, I didn't like him until the Snyder cut. I thought like he finally became Batman in the Snyder cut. Like in the other movies, I was just like, But then I think my problem was I never was a huge Ben Affleck fan. So it's like the next Batman, the next Travis Schumacher that Warner Brothers is going to give us with, the hairless wonder, Robert Pattinson playing Batman. I'm just like, I don't even want to see that. I don't care. No, I'm not interested.
No, and Psychodorf 9 with a $2 super chat. Jack Nicholson, do I look like I'm joking?
Oh, Psychodorf, that's awesome. This town needs an enema.
Oh, my favorite part is when he's talking to the dead guy that he fried, and he's like, "What? Kill them all?" And he's like all shocked, and you're an evil bastard. I'm glad you're dead. Glad you're dead.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, that's why I say he's still one of my. And a lot of people forget how good he was in that movie. I mean, he got top billing. He was over the top of Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, yes, he was.
So,
well, not everybody had faith in Michael Keaton. Keaton, people were like, "Man, he's Batman. That's badass." But back then, they were like, "Michael Keaton, the guy who always acts crazy and jokes. That guy, no, he's the Joker. He's not Batman."
Yeah.
No. and Bambi Geek, Batman Forever is not the worst one. It is Batman and Robin.
But yes,
it is
by far and away.
With crusted caramel bat nipples, it is Batman and Robin.
and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean,
I liked him. I did. I always liked Arnold. It's going to be a cold day in Gotham. I always liked Arnold as Mr. Freeze. When he's like smoking his cigar and he's got the polar bear shoes on, and I always thought that shit was funny.
I just thought they kind of misused him. I'm like, they gave me some of these lines and stuff. I'm like, you guys need to you need to make better use of that accent. You need. I mean, it just. So I mean, he was okay. He wasn't my favorite, like Dr. Freeze or Mr. Freeze from the animated series. He's my favorite version of that character.
And MB with the $2 super chat. Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill. Need I say more? Agreed.
Yep. Amen.
Agreed. And Dark Shadow Logan. The only time Batman used guns was Elseworld Thomas Wayne. That is very true. Mm-hmm. Very early Golden Age and Frank Miller Batman when he retired because he picked up a gun. Part of Golden Age on up. He never. Okay. And that was a big thing. Was I loved the first episode. I will always love the first episode of Batman Beyond. Because you get the Kevin Conroy Batman. He's kicking ass. He's taking names. He comes in the new suit, and then he goes down. And it's like he's having a heart attack. And you're like, oh, shit. And this guy's beating the shit out of him. And suddenly Batman pulls out a gun. And that's like, I've got to retire. He pulls out a gun. He's shaking. He's pointing it at him. And the guy runs off. And he's like, fuck, what did I almost do? I almost used a gun. I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm not Batman anymore have to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the animated series have gotten it right. And I'm like, hey, and I think it was a woman that was running that, if I remember, or at least the Batman animated series.
Yes.
I'm just like, you want a strong woman running the series who will do it the way it should be done. Like, it's already been done. Get her back in there to run the series behind the scenes, and get, Zack Snyder to come in and direct a Batman movie. Get Ron Howard to come and do the Superman movie.
There was a bunch of pushback about the Killing Joke movie,
Mm-hmm.
and how they didn't have to have this relationship between Batgirl and Batman. If you watch Batman Beyond, which has Barbara Gordon as Commissioner Gordon, a kick-ass, badass female. Oh my God, really? In the late 90s, early 2000s? No. But yes, Barbara Gordon, kick-ass female Commissioner Gordon,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
She alludes at very few little points when she's talking to Terry McGinnis. She alludes to the fact that there was something more between her and Bruce. And when she got hurt, that ended. And that is exactly what happens in that movie. That is why I liked them throwing that in there in that movie. People can hate the movie. I understand. Some people didn't like it. Why they have to throw Batman having the nasty with Batgirl. But that they always alluded to that in Batman Beyond.
Yeah,
they always
absolutely
alluded to that. So I liked it. Finally, someone finally said something.
Yeah.
Or someone finally did something with that. So
yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. We really need somebody to come in and take, Warner Brothers by the short and curlies and just go, okay, this is what we're doing. And it isn't J.J. Abrams. He's the last person in the world anybody should have handed anything to. I'm like, he's destroyed 2 of the biggest sci-fi series in history, and like, hey, let's go for 3. Like, hey, how about this? No, let's not do that.
I know a lot of people, a lot of people out there right now listening to us are bringing up Keaton as old man Bruce Wayne. I would like to give you guys a warning. There is, and you can look it up, there is production stills from Keaton on set in the harness in the CW Arrowverse whatever show where he was going to be an evil son of a bitch. He was going to be the Batman that murdered the Joker, that did all this bad shit, that killed Superman, that is and Supergirl, and is just a horrible POS. That was going to be our 89 Batman. So when you get all excited about, they're going to bring Keaton back, just remember they had him over a barrel without giving him a reach around in the CW series.
Yeah.
Or the R89 Batman that we knew and loved was going to be evil Bruce Wayne. And they took Kevin Conroy, another great, and his first live action adaptation of his character is an evil Joker killing son of a bitch.
They just can't leave us anything. That's the worst part of it. It's like everything that was good, they have to turn it dark, and everything that was evil. It's just, I feel, not to go religious here, but I feel like I'm living in the end days. I'm just like, all right, just bring it on. I want the fire and brimstone. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch everything I've loved my entire life just go up in smoke.
And Psychodorf 9 with a $2 super chat. Brag, Jar Jar. No, as far as the IPs go, you're right. You're right. I'm getting to the point where I'm seeing it more and more. We need to support people like Adega Outlaw. Mm-hmm. We need to support people that are content creators on YouTube. We need to support the Indiegogos, and we need to stop supporting these people that are burning down the IPs that we love and we care about.
Yeah. That's why, Ben Shapiro, with him giving that movie to Gina Carano, and stuff like that. I'm like, and that's exactly what it's going to take. It's going to take people who've got just enough money to get started in the industry and start pushing a different kind of product that the people will go for. I mean, I don't even know what that film's going to be yet, but I mean, they've already put out one movie about a school shooter where the girl is a hero, and it's got Thomas Jane playing her dad, which I love Thomas Jane.
Yep.
I'm like, that's what we need. We need people coming in and going, I've had enough. And we're going to take this back, you know, and we're going to do it by making everything better than anything they're doing. So, I mean, it's just a matter of, you know, supporting what you love and just, yeah, like I said, I will not be watching anything that has J.J. Abrams stink on it from Warner Brothers. Not anything.
Yeah. And you know, it's sad because they could have, you know, okay, a lot of people say, well, Warner Brothers has come out with the Snyder Cut. They're going to do more. No. AT&T pushed to have this done. Warner Brothers didn't want anything to do with it, didn't want it coming out, never wanted it to see the light of day, never wanted to have to admit that there was a Snyder Cut. And the only reason why there was a Snyder Cut is because he had this whole damn thing on his laptop. This was the IMAX version. That's why you get the little bars on the side. This was the IMAX big screen version. And he had the whole damn movie. He had the whole cut on his laptop. That's it. That's the only reason why you have it. If he hadn't done that, Warner Brothers would have never allowed him to come back and see what they had and cut any other kind of footage ever.
Jester of Sin.
Hey, man. £5 super chat. You go ahead. You go ahead and read it.
I say we nuke him from orbit. Or I say we nuke Hollywood from orbit. Only way to be sure.
The only way to be sure. Score!
Go!
We got one just for you, Jester of Sin.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's the only way to be sure.
Oh, yep. I mean, one of the best lines from Aliens, pardon me. But yeah, no, it's, I don't know. I mean, we've had some glimmers of hope from DC movies over the years, but it's like every time it feels like they might be getting some momentum, there's like a change in management. It's just like going to your favorite store and seeing that sign in the window every couple of years. Oh, we sold the store, all new management, everything must go. And it's
except the managers don't give a shit about the customers.
Yep.
It's like, excuse me, I found this rotting milk on aisle 5. Shut up, buy it, and be happy it's there. No.
That's right. Your bread's moldy. And oh, okay.
Be glad there's any there for you.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. It's just, I mean, it is a sad state of where we find, I mean, and it's just like MB Geek was saying, that's why that's why, like, I don't go to the movies. I'm not, I mean, this is the first, like, released anything in over a year and a half that I've actually watched from Hollywood, because I just don't care about the stuff they're bringing out. I'm going and like I said, I'm watching the old cartoons. I'm watching the old TV shows, I'm just like, ugh. Like, cause you can't watch Star Trek. Because it's trash. You can't watch Star Wars because it's trash. Or if they do something good, they trash it 3 minutes later. So
wooden board of Star Trek. I'm like, don't get me started.
I know.
And then there are people out there that love fucking Lower Decks, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. I haven't seen any of it. I have refused. I have not watched a single episode of Discovery. I watched one episode of Picard, just because of the good old days, and that was enough. I was like, hey, I'm done. And none of Lower Decks. I refuse. I'm like, I am not putting that garbage in my brain because I won't be able to get it out.
No.
So, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. And I just can't figure, I'm like, they can't be making money with this stuff. Like, I mean, they can't. I mean, their advertisers and stuff have got to be coming to them going, hey, yeah, we advertised on Discovery, and it's a funny thing, our sales went down. It's like, I mean, I don't get it. Like, where is this new fan base that they think they're courting? I don't know where it's at.
Have you watched any of Batwoman?
No, nope. That's another one that I'm just like,
Dude,
nope. Lesbian Batwoman. Which I don't
she's
care that she's lesbian, but she sucks. From everything I've heard, I'm just like, no thanks.
dude, she grapple lines out of a sewer, a completely covered sewer, like an enclosed sewer system.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, did no one like realize that she's standing in a sewer? So she's just gonna point her grapple gun up and just zip line out of the sewer? Huh.
No, but it's like the script doctor says, because the script said so. Things just happen now in Hollywood because the script says so, not because it makes sense, not because there's any reason behind it. It's just the script said that's what happens, and so it did.
Ginger Ninja, I don't want to take the black pill, but a part of me says that it's time to let these franchises go and make something new, fresh, and void of this postmodern nihilism. I completely agree. We support the Indiegogo creators that are making wonderful products. We support the writers like Adega Outlaw, like Kai, that are making great novels. We support the creators, the content creators on YouTube that are making fan films. We do not support Hollywood. I completely agree. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money. That's one thing I've always been a big stickler on. Don't tell me what to do with my money, bitch. You know, that's my money. So I'm not ever going to tell you what to do with yours. But if you really want this to change, because I tell you what, dude, YouTube has got them on the run. Us being on YouTube, us doing this, people like Geeks and Gamers, Ethan Van Skyber, Jeff from World Class Bullshitters, Echo Base Network, all of us, we have scared the shit out of them because we are taking money out of their pockets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why they're coming after us so hard. Yes. Not me, but I mean them.
No, they will. They will. Speaker, you got a great channel. Guys, if you have not subscribed to Speaker for the Dead, his link is in the description. No, our show is not over. I'm just saying. His link is in the description. Check him out. Check his channel out. He's a great guy. He does wonderful reviews. Good, solid head on his shoulders. He's got a good channel. Check him out. You will one day have over 1,000 subscribers, and you will get monetized. I know you will, because
you're making me blush.
The worm is turning.
I hope so. Because I was telling Adega one time, I'm just like, you know what I would love to see? I would love to see his Children of the I just lost the name of it. He's going to be mad at me now. Children of the Directive, that storyline become an anime. I mean, his sci-fi series would be fantastic in anime form.
Yes.
Or in live, in any form. He has a fantastic story there. It is so good, so well written, so well thought out. I mean, I don't know why we're not, but it'll come. Because sooner or later, I mean, they won't be able to ignore that we're making stuff that's way better than they are.
And he's listening. Dang Outlaw with a $4.99 super chat. Here's to scaring Hollywood. May their fail be quick and painful. Indeed, sir. I completely agree. And just for you, Adega, just for you, brother. Skull!
Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes.
They're going after Ethan because of how successful he's been. Eventually they will go after Adega. They are coming after creators like Echo Base, like me, like Geeks and Gamers. They want us out. Mm-hmm. And if you look at certain things like this Ripley, rewriting Ripley, they are going to YouTube saying, take these channels down. They want to police YouTube. They want to be the police of YouTube. They want to say you cannot have this content, you cannot have that content. That goes all the way back to Disney. It goes all the way back to Disney and their cancel campaign on so many people. So what we have to do is we have to shut down cancel culture. But anyway, DC can't seem to get its shit together either.
No.
I would so support, I so wanted to support DC. I so wanted to support the DCEU. They can't get their shit together.
No, and it's like we were talking beforehand, even with the Snyder cut, like they fixed plot holes. They made that movie 100,000 times better than what we got originally, but it's still got massive problems in it. And just like I was telling you earlier, I'm like, just like if you liked it the first time you watched it, but you were a little hesitant about different parts, don't watch it again. Because if you watch it the second time, you'll be like, oh, damn.
You know what?
You'll be like, oh, crap. I didn't notice that the first time through.
In the original, there's a scene, we were talking about this before the show came on, with Arthur, where he's walking out on this pier and the waves, and it's like, dun 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 dun, and you're like, damn, hell yeah, right? And then you see that same scene in the Snyder cut, and it's slowed down. They slow-mo it, and they have got the shittiest music playing while he's walking out on this pier. It's not anything. It's like sad and moany, and you're just like, you guys just destroyed that man. That is badass scene, and the music, the soundtrack in the Snyder cut just sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like, do you remember the music that killed the aliens in Mars Attacks?
Yes.
It's like Slim Whitman. I mean, it is awful. I mean, and every time the Amazons appeared, after like the first or second time, that Celtic yodeler that was getting strangled in the background was so freaking awful. I was just like, what the hell is that? I'm just like, I'm like, you, and all I could think was Xena Warrior Princess. I was like, what? You know, I mean, and then a couple of the times when they brought the Amazons in, or you saw Wonder Woman, they'd use a heavy drum beat. And I was like, yes, why didn't you do that instead of the horrible Celtic yodeler? I'm like, oh.
That drum beat, that was when they're gonna fire the arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like dum 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 dum, and you're like, dude, yes,
that's how you do it.
Ooh, no, get your shit together. I said it earlier to you, and I'll say it again because people have heard me say this. They didn't spend any of that $70 million on a soundtrack.
Not one penny.
I think Junkie XL was just like, yeah, we'll do it for you, brother, and we'll do it for free. And they gave him that, and it was like, what? And
I told you, they went out and rounded up some homeless people behind the studio and went, hey, if we buy you dinner, will you sing into this microphone for a couple of minutes? No problem, man.
I know Tom because when I brought up Hans Zimmer on Echo Base the other night, Tom was like, no, it was Junkie XL. I said, yeah, but Hans Zimmer's music was there.
Yeah.
You had the theme from Man of Steel. You had the theme from Wonder Woman. You had this music from Batman versus Superman. You had these things there that Hans Zimmer did. Whether Junkie XL redid it or not, that's Hans Zimmer's music.
Mm-hmm. So
you had this like horrible soundtrack mixed in with this score that I like. I've got Man of Steel on vinyl. I love that music. Mm-hmm. I will find a way. I'm probably going to get Wonder Woman because I like the original, not 84. Because I like Hans Zimmer's music that he used in all of that. But as far as the soundtracks go, that movie sucked.
Oh yeah,
it's a horrible soundtrack.
I mean, it's like I was saying. See, I've got a 2-hour long review coming out later this morning that I did yesterday, and it's 2 hours for me to do it because I just like I said, once I started going back through it, I found hole after hole after hole after, and I'm just like, so I mean, I talk about the good stuff, but I point out all of the massive missteps that they made. Like, I'll just give you an example. They when Diana's describing to Batman the original battle and they're showing it in the background, she describes the mother boxes as indestructible living machines.
Yep.
And at the end, when Superman tears them apart and the boom tube closes, what's his name? Desaad turns to him and goes, "Well, Master, now that the mother boxes have been destroyed, what do we do?" And I'm like, did you guys watch this before you put this out? I'm like, you just said in the first part of the movie they're indestructible, but Superman and Cyborg broke them. Like, you should have got that. I mean, you guys should have got a surge protector and some Best Buy protection with those because they weren't nearly as good as you said they were.
Maybe they'll rewrite it at the end. Oh, Master, they're destroyed. They're indestructible more. Oh, yes, sorry, Master. Maybe they'll rewrite it. You'll get the director's cut of the Snyder cut.
I'm just like, how did you guys miss that? I'm like, that is a huge problem in that show, and I didn't catch it the first time through, but second time around, I'm like, whoops.
Oh, I bet you that they'll fix that when it goes out on disc. It'll be Justice League, the Snyder cut, the final cut. Oh, God. It's like Blade Runner all over again.
Yeah, how many different versions of this film can we put out? Yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of funny. But like I said, it didn't make it. Like, if you can just suspend your disbelief, I mean, you can still enjoy that film. But Purple Valkyrie, that's what happens when you get mother boxes from
God. None of the $70 million we had went into keeping the mother boxes from being damaged.
Oh man, the chat's been on fire this morning. I haven't been able to say nearly enough about what they've been saying, but you guys are hilarious. I mean, that's awesome. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. But the sad thing is this is the best we're going to get out of DC for the foreseeable future. I mean, this was the last hurrah of, from the man who crapped on the people who helped him raise money for his charity. That was another thing. I'm just like, you kind of sucked the air out of the room when they did that. I'm like, why? Why did you think that? I mean, if that's what you were going to do, you shouldn't have come on at all. Just let them doing the stream and let it go.
People have been so back and forth about that. Mm-hmm. And there are people that be like, no. It was a misunderstanding. It was this and that. I want to tell you something. And I've said this before, and I will say this again. He was on multiple streams before he got on Geeks and Gamers and did that. Mm-hmm. He never once brought up a hate crime.
No, that was all.
He did that twice. He did that on Geeks and Gamers, and then he did like a layup with Kevin Smith after that, where he was like, "Yeah, I hate crime. Like, yeah, look at me. I'm sorry. You're never going to get a. Oops, I didn't mean. I wasn't talking about y'all.
Yeah, no,
it's not going to happen.
No, there's never going to be a statement issued going. I did not mean. He totally meant it, and stuff. I don't think he was like. It was kind of like a backhanded thing, in my opinion. It was just like, yeah, you guys are helping me out, but I'm going to slap you. I'm going to slap you just a little bit, So I don't know, but I felt bad for him, but at the same time, because they were trying to do a good thing, and
yes,
yes, and that's the big thing is like, no matter what happened on that, they still did a good thing. So
I agree with Ethan though. In the fact that they should have remembered this guy is Hollywood. This guy is Hollywood. Hollywood hates all of us. They hate us because we speak up. They hate us because we speak out. They hate us because we give our opinion. And they hate us because they can't buy us. They can't buy us. We take their money and we say whatever we want, how we feel. And they have had to resort to shaming, to bigotry, to all this bullshit to try and silence us.
Mhm.
They have pulled out every card in the playbook trying to keep us quiet. They've said we're ists. They've said we're obes. They've said we're Yahtzees. They said we're cousin humpers. They've said all kinds of shit to try and make us quiet. And we aren't going to be quiet. We aren't going to keep our opinions to ourselves. The reason why you've got people going out going, you know what? I don't need the opinion of a 30-year-old white guy to tell me about this movie is because they don't
for
want,
you.
It's not for you. This is ours now. Oh my God. Star Trek belongs to us. Scissor time, girls. They're scared.
Well, you see this Benjamin Franklin that was in my wallet that I was going to give to you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep that now. That's what's going to happen in this transaction. So I hope you enjoy that franchise you bought for $4 billion or whatever, because you ain't getting that money back. You know, I don't know. I think, okay, I don't understand you guys' business plan. Doesn't seem like it's going to work out very well, but okay. And Kronos is saying he likes being slapped.
He does. And Dark Shadow Logan, it should be a lesson for everyone. Don't invite Hollywood into your house and quit supporting them. We should do our own charities and create our own entertainment from now on. I completely, wholeheartedly agree. Dark Shadow.
Amen, brother. Amen.
And
they're like
Hollywood
vampires. Don't invite them in, because then once they're in, you know, it's Lost Boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you invite him in, that's it. You've lost your power, silly boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Wait, you know, and I think at some point the world will turn and people are going to go, I've had enough. And, you know, this is my hope. I don't know, I mean, we could be living in the last days of Caligula for all I know. I mean, but I'm hoping that people step up and finally go, I'm done. I'm not supporting you anymore. I'm walking away. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to watch my own friends. I'm going to make my own communities, which is what we're doing, and just be done with them forever, and make them come crawling back to us going, we'll give you anything. Just please, just come watch our movie. Just give us a chance. You know, that's what I'm waiting, because I want to see the groveling eventually.
Well, you have a generation right now. You have a generation that doesn't give a shit about their TV shows, about their movies, and they are doing everything they can to try and pander to a generation that does not give a shit about their product.
Mm-hmm.
And by doing so, and by doubling down over and over and over again, all they've done is pissed off the people that love their stuff.
Yeah.
That is all they have done, is pissed off the people that could have kept them going. We could have kept you going into the elder part of our lives.
And once the kids grew out of this phase, they would have come around. They would have come around to the good entertainment that, you know, but you stopped making good entertainment. So they have nothing to come back to. They have nothing to come back for. So, I mean, even if that generation, you know, realizes their mistake, comes back and goes, hey, I want to watch that, they'll be like, what the hell? You know, it's, they've just shot themselves in the foot at every turn, every chance they get. They're just like, I mean, look at what they did to The Mandalorian. They had a success, they had a hit, they had something that was going gangbusters, and they could not stand it. Like, they like this crap. We got to break it. So I don't know. You just can't have nice things.
No. And one of the ways I heard it described was that Hollywood is like America's royalty, and Hollywood is on the way out. Hollywood is the monarchy, and they are on the way out, and they know they're on the way out, and they're doing everything they can to grasp at any kind of control, any kind of anything to maintain the power that they held. The the generation I'm talking about does not hold them in awe. They hold people on TikTok in more awe. They hold people in boy bands that are on YouTube in more awe than they do Hollywood.
Take care of Dega. Sorry, he's taken off. So
lurking over off to his Adega, you kick ass, brother, kick ass and take names. Remind me to tell you something when we get out of here, when we sign off of here that I can't say on the air. Take it easy, brother. We love you.
Yeah.
Have a great one. Do you think there's any turnaround at all for DC?
No, not right now. They just gave JJ how many millions of dollars, billions of dollars, or whatever?
$250 million. This is what he got. This is what's in the contract. A lot of people had said $500 million. It is not $500 million. What he got was JJ got $250 million, but he gets a percentage of every movie that has his name on it. Very much like the deal he got with Star Trek. Everything coming out of Star Trek has bad reboots, fingerprints all over it. So JJ gets money. JJ gets paid for all of that.
Yeah,
it's going to be the same way. It's going to be the same way in DC Comics. Every penny coming out of DC Comics, JJ is going to get a percentage of.
You would think that they would look over that contract and go, that didn't work out too well for CBS. I think we're going to pull that clause. But it's like, nope, they all just fall right in line and go, oh, yeah, we want to give you all kinds of money. I mean, we're not going to make any, but we're going to give you the last couple of bucks we had, JJ. You man, you awesome man. I'm like, no.
And Bendu Life, if you haven't checked out Adega's book, you're talking about original content. Check out Adega's book, Evolution. You may be able to find a used copy floating around out there. They are currently out of print, but he is working for a new publishing company. So that book will be back out again, along with more that I'm not allowed to talk about.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Right now he's doing The Witches of Olganza. And it's fantastic. It's like a fantasy series that he's doing right now. Fantastic stuff. Yeah. Absolutely. So, I mean, it's just, and that's the crazy thing. I found Adega, I think through you. And I mean, it's just like, and that's what these communities do. They connect us to each other and allow us to be together and support each other and cheer each other on, because that's what it's going to take. It's going to take us going, yeah, man, keep going. You can do it. You can make this happen. And, when we all get down, you just need somebody to lift you back up and say, come on, man, get with the group. We're going. So, and that's what they fear. I think Hollywood fears that more than anything, is that people are coming together and, and they're like, shit, like, what have we done? It's like, oh, well, maybe if we make fun of them enough, they'll come back. It's like, yeah, I don't think that's how human nature works. So
the people they have out there running these campaigns and they are hate campaigns. The people they have out there running the shit like rewriting Ripley. All they're doing is running a hate campaign, and they want to shame us into silence, scare us into silence. And if none of that works, then they will try and get us canceled.
Yep.
They will.
Yeah, and that's those people's jobs. They get paid to try and destroy us.
Yes.
I mean, and that's how sad their existence is. They wake up in the morning to cause hate, to say the nastiest things about people they can possibly think up. I mean, I can't imagine that being my life. No. Going into a place or getting on my computer and just being a total douchebag 24 hours a day. You're like, no. I'm good. Thanks.
This whole thing, them trying to cancel people, they are trying to destroy people's lives. And when you have something like that coming at you, I understand it's scary as shit. I understand that your life, it can be overwhelming when you have a campaign of people lying to try and take you down. They are dogpiling you. A lot of us have experienced that in our lives at one point in time, whether it was work, whether it was school, whether it was something, this is shit people did in grade school. They pointed fingers and they said, "Oh, this person did this. Ew." And they tried to make you look fucking horrible in front of the whole class. That's all it is.
Yep. Childish behavior that's unfortunately right now being rewarded with views and people actually listening, but that doesn't last for long. It's just because when we were kids, what did we do? Eventually you just walk away and you just like, I don't need this. I don't care what you think. Your opinions mean nothing to me. You mean nothing to me. And I'm done. You know, and that's what we've got to do is just like when they start talking on Twitter, just ignore it. Ignore them. Don't engage. That's one thing I've learned. Do not engage with these people because that's exactly what they want you to do.
Yep.
They want you to waste your time trying to hate them back or revenge, get them back or whatever, because that's how they win. Because then your eye's off the ball. You're not creating anymore. You're not doing something awesome. You're not spending time with your family. You're just consumed by what they're doing. And that's what they want. So, I mean, sorry, but I'm not going to live my life like that. I'm going to do something better with it.
That's right. And a lot of people out there are the Eva Van Skywers of the world doing the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
People like Adega Outlaw, people like Kai, writing novels and filling that gap with all new content. I'm not talking about, we wrote a novel about Star Trek. I'm talking about something completely new. And let me tell you guys something. The first time I read Evolution, holy shit, was I blown away. And the fact that we've got 2 books after that and a book before that explains everything that happened before that. Evolution is one of those, oh, cool, look at this. You sit down and you're like, this is going to be interesting. And then it kicks you in the ass and it doesn't stop until the end of the book. It keeps you wanting to read more. You want to read the whole book right then and there. That's not something that just happens. That is talent. And Adega's got talent. Kai's got talent. We have talented people in the fandom. And it is time to focus that energy on that talent while we continue to call Hollywood out for its shit. Because you can guarantee you the day this turns around and they're like, oh my God, we need you, fans. I'm going to laugh my ass off and put my boot down on Hollywood's neck and be like, oh, really? Really? You need us? Because it will happen.
Yeah. Become the next Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't take no for an answer and went and did his own thing.
It's not just Kathleen Kennedy at Lucasfilm. I know everybody keeps saying, get rid of Kathleen, get rid of Kathleen, get rid of KK, get rid of KK. That's not going to fix anything.
Mm-mm.
It's deep in the roots of Disney. Yeah. It's deep in the roots of Hollywood.
You got to cut out all the cancer. If you miss any of it, it'll grow back.
It'll grow back.
And that's what they are. They're a cancer. They're a plague. And they just, I don't know. But yeah, we can beat them. We can win.
And we back creative content. And that's how we beat them. We back creative content. We back it. We Indiegogo it. We put our money where it should be, not where we wish it could go. I will not pay anything for Star Trek. I will not pay anything for Star Wars or Disney at all. I won't even review a Disney product on this show anymore. I'll talk shit about Disney all day long, but I won't review a show.
I'm not watching their new wannabe Captain America show. I like both those guys, but I'm not watching that. I'm like after the WandaVision thing and the firing of Gina Carano, I'm just like, nope, that was my last straw. I am done.
It's got a Canadian Spider-Man. It's got to be Disney, brother, not just Lucasfilm. It's the seven pillars of the rat at Disney. This inclusivity. They have a executive vice president of diversity. Disney has an executive vice president of diversity and inclusion.
Disney making sure that people who shouldn't have a job get a job for the last 10 years. That's what it's like. It's like nobody gets a job on merit anymore. You just have to have the right genitals or the right skin color or the right this or the right that. And you can't be this and you can't be that. And it's all about separating people, segregating us into groups. I mean, when college campuses start having graduations for Black students and white students and Asian, which is actually happening now.
Which used to happen during segregation.
Yeah, you've reinstituted segregation. You just didn't make it law. I mean, and that's what that's their wet dream. Because if we're separated, if we're apart from each other, they can do whatever they want. Because we'll be so busy fighting amongst ourselves. They can get away with anything. Sad.
No, I'm not shitting you. Canadian Spider-Man. They have an executive vice president. That is woke. It's the woke executive vice president in charge of how woke Disney is. Yes. And Chapek supported KK at the investors meeting. That shows you it's not a Lucasfilm issue. It's a Disney issue. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So thank you. Thank you for coming on here this morning. We've gone more than an hour.
Thanks for having me.
More than an hour.
I hope we didn't bore everybody. If you want to be bored, like I said, I've got a 2-hour review. You can go watch me ramble on for 2 hours. So yeah,
check out Speaker's review of Justice League.
I can get long-winded. So,
but he points out so many vital things about this movie. I rant. I'll burn the damn house down. Speaker is slicing this up like a surgeon. Shoosh, shoosh. And like he's got a lightsaber and he's in the last episode of Mandalorian season 2. He's chopping up Zach's movie. So check out his review, his 2-hour review of Justice League. Thank you again, brother, for being here.
Thank you. Thanks everybody in the chat. It was a lot of fun. It was awesome.
I absolutely love this. Guys, a quick update. We will not have a movie at the end of the week. I know we're going to watch Caddyshack on Saturday. This is the last Saturday of the month. We always watch a movie at the end of the month. I will not be here. I will be flying out Friday to go home. So we will be back the next weekend and we will have the movie the next weekend. So we will have 2 movies next month. The first weekend of the month, we will watch Caddyshack, and you are more than welcome to come on for that, Speaker, if you want to. I know you missed Galaxy Quest, and that was my fault too. I'm sorry. God, dude, I'm like, I swear I've got to have
You're
a whiteboard.
You're a busy guy, so I mean, it's all right.
I got to have a whiteboard. I got to get a whiteboard. I haven't slept. I haven't slept in like a month. So more than 2 hours a night. Anyway,
it's time for Xanax or Ambien.
Ambien. I used to take Ambien a long time ago. My insomnia's back. Hello, you bastard. Hi, insomnia. Hello there, my old friend. How you doing, Loki? You son of a bitch.
Long time no see you.
Long time no see. I told you, I'll be back. This son of a bitch. Oh shit! But we'll get Caddyshack, and then we're gonna do 300. So that's like my favorite Zack Snyder film.
Yeah, that is Zack Snyder at his best.
So if you want to be there for that one too, you're more than welcome to hop on for that one too.
Yeah, sign me up.
We will make room and make sure you get a seat. I will get my staff and be like, remember Speaker for the Dead. Loki, remember Speaker for the shit. I forgot Speaker. No, you didn't, because we're going to remind you. My team will remind me. Because I was like, guys, please help me, because I feel so bad. I forgot Speaker. I feel like shit. And God help me. I don't want to do that to anybody. And
we love you, brother. It's all good.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Everybody have a great Monday. We got the Valkyries coming up in less than an hour. Check them out. There is a link in the description. Chris Persia just threw it out there. Long live the fighters. Everybody take care. Have a great one, and we will catch you guys tomorrow.
See you guys.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.